What it up? What it up? What it is, y'all? Hold up. I was just scrolling through my goddamn Instagram and shit while I wait, and I seen a video of Kevin Gates. He actually was saying some real shit. He was basically on a podcast once again talking about how now this goes broadly, but I'm about to tell y'all how personally I just like seen it. But basically, and it gave me the idea. But basically, he was saying, yeah, why would you want to be around a dude that's not bouncing back and forth with ideas so y'all can basically sharpen y'all's knife, aka, or and then he made the reference of iron sharpen iron. So like, if we ain't talking or if we ain't doing that, helping each other, then why am I talking to you, right? And then he said, yeah, that's why I don't really talk to nobody besides, I don't talk to nobody my age. I talk to people that's OGs, and I talk to people that's elderly, older than him and shit. Cause he probably saying basically people that's like 40 and up, all the way up to 60 maybe. Now, that's some real shit. You know, always talk to a dude that you can always sharpen your intellect with. You can sharpen your fucking intellect with. I'll turn that shit off. And I need some Freon, y'all. My motherfucking AC is not working, bitch. It's blowing, but it ain't blowing what I need it to blow, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you better reconnect. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm like, hold up. Man, shut your phone up. Don't tell me what. So, yeah, the truth to everything. So, I hope you, when I do videos, I know I keep an unbiased when I talk. Alright? So, like, even though I got hard, heavy type of energy or way I convey things where it might feel like, oh, so whatever you think that's right, or why are you so sure of yourself type of shit. And it's like, bitch, because I'm just sure of myself. Oh, sad, nah. I'm just glad those people that know me, they know, but I don't feel like explaining through here. If you feel like I'm offending you or you think you know more than me, then hey, that's just a reflection of you and what you think. And at the end of the day, you need to handle that yourself. Why you think my name is the reflector? Anyway, so, you know what I'm saying? Damn, my screen looks smudgy. So, wait. Good Lord. I went to the wrong goddamn. Ain't that a bitch? I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back, bitch. Yes, I don't got my seatbelt. Cause what are those? Hold on, let me make sure my shit clear. Hold on, let me go on here real fast. Let me go incognito. Real good Instagram feature. Look up myself real quick. I looked up the reflection, and then the first thing that popped up is my reflection of myself. Shut your phone that ass up. That ain't it. Let me make sure my shit's straight. Yeah, my shit's straight. Alright, so, alright, for people to always think that, you know, OGs always had the right way. So what are OGs? That's just someone that previously lived before you in those times, that age. So that was an age. There was an age of something so-called the Great Depression. There was an age of something so-called war, World War I. The time. It's just the time. Period. So to say that someone that came before you, just like almost like religion, right? We read in books about people that came before us, right? You know, there always are learning lessons as far as things you can extract for yourself to help suit yourself and know what to do and what not to do. Type shit, right? So there's that. I get that. Now, for people to honestly think that using who came before you and conversating with those people is actually gonna change something in as a whole, as far as all of us together and actually innovating and making something new making a revolutionary goddamn thing happening, going on. If that's the right word, it should be the right word. And shit. Because all we gonna hear is basically, you gotta remember, people you talk to got biases. Even if they got money, they got the bias as far as always thinking the old way is the best way. Now you got people on social media that's old and they're obviously getting with the new way, right? But in their mind, they low-key still, not all of them, but half of them mentally think, oh yeah, I miss the old days, because the old days was like better in a sense. The old days actually had structure, like all the way down to, oh, females back then were better. Like, it's so many correlations to how things back then were better. Oh, work, people wanted to work back then, all this other shit. But you gotta remember, what's the whole energy of you doing? What are you doing? You're basically hoping, summoning, wanting the past to come back in the future. So in some way, some form, everybody is basically giving their young youth, their new life, to some old shit that had already came before them, just because they got something you can take for yourself to suit you. So this is mentally, physically, you know, for you to feel comfortable with doing what the fuck you got to do and shit. So that don't really got anything to do with nothing. Yes, bitch, alright, right. That don't really have anything to do with anything. Now, like I said, the good thing about it is you can help feel comfortable, know where you come from, so you can know where you're going type of shit. So you don't be a fool or go too far and do some extreme shit. But at the same time, newness, change is difficult. Change is the only thing that remains, and change is uncomfortable. Because it's not what you're used to, what you're comfortable with, right? So, you know, like, that's what's gonna keep us in a bind, always thinking as a spirit, you know, like, cause I grew up like this too. I was like, okay, I'm always just get along with the older kids, whether it be just 2 years older or it be a whole 10 years goddamn older than me. You know what I'm saying? I still low key do feel like that actually. I feel like, you know, damn, I can only like get along with older people now sometimes, but nowadays it's like I feel like it was more on a percentage level when I was younger, like, oh yeah, I can get with old people. But now I'm seeing that, oh nah, wait a minute, this ain't got nothing to do with anything. You feel me? Nah, this ain't got shit to do with nothing. So yeah, so you know, always looking up to OGs and shit. That don't got shit to do with nothing. Hold on. I'll do this shit. So, this is why I wanted to go live, because I feel like too many people be on that shit. Like, they be thinking like that's the end all be all. Oh shit, I like that shirt. That shirt, man.
Oh, thank you.
Taco Bell shirt. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You do the same. That shit don't got nothing to do with nothing. That's not gonna help us elevate and go further in life. Like I said, there's a lot of things you can pick from always going to what came before. The OG, the grandmas, the getting advice and shit, and all that other shit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But goddamn it, it's something wrong with it when ain't no change happening, and all the young people is just thinking like goddamn old people. Like Kevin Gates gonna say, oh yeah, I can't hang around nobody my age. And then a person he referenced Jordans. He was like, I don't want to talk about Jordans. That don't really have anything to do with age, okay? You can just say mentally, people that freshly come up, the birth of shit, like when you're young, youth, that's just more predicated to what the world has to offer as far as flashy things, as far as what you need to buy, expensive things, so you can be seen and represented as something, and that's all they know. That shit don't really have anything to do with, oh, that's what young people are into. Hell no. You can find, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some little shit. So that wasn't valid. And he probably had other points, like I said, but I'm going with the points too. Just letting you know that ain't the end all be all though. Like I said, also the OG shit, right? Even like with rap. Rappers always talk about, yeah, I got an OG or a gang member or something. They got like an OG that they answer to. Not answer to sometimes. Maybe it's just go for advice to see what they think. And sometimes they might even make a fucking enemy out of the OG because the OG is mentally not even on the same age as you. Because you gotta remember, everybody is a human at the end of the day. It don't matter even if it was a group of people that came before you, or if it was one fucking person that done made a revolution or did some shit in their age, but it was like Michael Jordan. You can't be fucking using that shit. You can't be fucking using that shit to suit or to represent as, oh, well, he was successful, so I need to do it the old way. No, that means you're just under a certain virtue of trying to gain stability and reality using, that shit just you following a model of always seeing what's in reality and trying to measure that up with like real life and shit. And that don't got nothing to do with anything. You feel me? You feel me? The OG shit ain't what it is, man. That shit ain't gonna get us nowhere but chasing our tails, creating something, thinking you creating something new, but it's really just coming from the same idea. And keep something grounded and keep it consistent in reality, where it's a position for you, the person that came up with this new copying way, and then able to give other, so you have all the resources. So now attracting other people that might need your resource or want to use your same shit or make a smaller level of what you done already made type shit. Like, that's all we be doing, which is nothing wrong. But when you come from a genuine space of you want to just sustain what the fuck you come up with in the first place, so it can be some shit that's really new that nobody's seen, but you made a reality of it. You actually stand for this. Stanford this. Shout out to Stanford. But so it's like that's the type of mental shit we be on all the goddamn time. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But when we always trying to just use shit that's pre-given to us, it's like pre-consensus on some mental shit and physically pre-consensus. You don't want to go too far out and shit like that. That's that bullshit. Kevin Gates don't know what he's talking. All these damn rappers, they got an OG. Everybody, all of them OGs got biases, as far as bias towards what they felt like their age should have done. You gotta remember, people ain't even carried out and did everything that they should have done back when they was younger, aka when their age was fitting what was going on at that time. They was most likely doing some other shit where now that energy got unfulfilled, and you know everything has to come out at one point. Everything in the dark, aka that's not seeing their emotions, their subconscious that they ain't quite expressed or they ain't put work to, is gonna come out. So goddamn, these niggas always talking with a fucking bias. Either way it go, it don't matter if it's some fucking real shit. It's still from the bias. As far as if you keep on getting information, you keep on relying on this person. Every doggy got their day, so it's probably some real shit you probably need to hear and shit sometimes. But man, half the time it just be some shit that somebody thinks from what their time is. That's it, that's all. So at the end of the day, feeling like talking to your OGs or talking to people that's older than you, that is just gonna do nothing but keep us all in a motherfucking box in a bind and never goddamn evolutionalizing the best to our full capacity. God damn it. So get out that fucking space of thinking. I feel y'all, but it ain't the end all be y'all, bitch. It's the reflector, here to reflect what you choose to neglect. I'm going live later to talk about flunked out ass oh yeah, not flunked out ass. Shout out to my nigga Titus. That nigga Titus. But he's my nigga Titus. I'm gonna talk about what how it is or what it means or what it looks like to meet your other self or your higher self or meet yourself that actually was there first for you to even conjure up like things after the fact, which is a body, which is mental subconscious things in the space in the state of being that you in, like all that shit. And you have a higher self that you actually go to, and some people might call that shit God, but you might use your spirit and direct that at somebody else that came up with had a perspective just like you but had more energy because whatever the reason. So you might think your awareness has something to do with that God, but no, it's your individual space and whatever you can conjure up after the fact. It's the reflector, here to reflect what you choose to neglect, bitch.